Hello everyone and welcome to Tombstone Disc Golf.
Hello everyone and thanks for joining us. We wanted to bring you a round that we played out in Fort Morgan, Colorado. We played the Pessimist disc golf course when we were out there.
Yeah, it's a par 61. It's a pretty nicely put together. It's a disc golf park, so it's put together by Discmania, who has recently moved to Wellington, Colorado. Yeah, and it's as you'll see, the tee pads are on point out there. I think I mentioned just a minute ago, it's par 61. It's about 7,900 feet long. So it was a lot of fun out there.
It was real fun.
Yeah. So the weather was pretty nice for us out there also.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we played out there on January 4th, so it was just after the New Year. There was we had a little bit of snow right around the Christmas New Year's time frame. So you'll probably see little patches of snow here and there that we had to maneuver around.
Yeah.
But it was really nice for a January 4th in Colorado.
Yeah, for sure. As you'll see in some of our upcoming videos, the weather hasn't been so kind to us since.
No, not so much.
But I guess without further ado, let's get rolling on a round.
Yeah.
All right, Bert, what do you got
up here?
Yeah.
I'm throwing a C-Line PD2. It's actually a Lazat. It's flat top. It's real overstable. And I threw it just a little low. I wanted it to get higher so it can get over those trees, but as you can see,
you clip that limb and it dropped straight to the ground.
I missed it only by about 3 feet.
Yeah, this is my my DDX. I grip locked here, so spoiler alert. First hole and pulled it, and there you go. That was a tree limb.
At least landed in the open, you know?
Yeah, you could have been wedged in behind one of them trees.
What are you throwing here?
I've got a Macbeth destroyer here. It's just a Star Destroyer. It's pretty flat also. It's fairly overstable. So you can see their fancy North Carolina dye job we did on it there. It's one of my lighter destroyers. I was trying to get it to flatten out so I could glide over top of those trees, but I didn't get a good pull on it.
Looked like you threw it a bit higher than you wanted to.
Yeah, definitely got the nose up.
I actually have a look at the basket here. I've got junk surrounding me, but there's an opening right in front of me that's looking straight at the basket.
Yeah, you were in such a bad spot here. I couldn't get the camera in behind you to film your shot to the basket. So,
yeah.
But it worked out.
And that was my T-Bird 3, by the way. I love that disc.
That was a good shot.
I threw a zone, a crystal zone. It's a good disc. Real overstable, brand new.
Here I am, just trying to take a run at this. So I had a pretty straight shot here. As you can see the snow back there, but it was a lot warmer than it looks. Came out nice. I just didn't get enough on it.
That wasn't bad. You had a good line on it.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm about 15 out.
Nailed it.
Woot, woot.
Yep, I'm grabbing my harp here. I must have gotten, it was from where I played previously and I had dust all over it. That's what I was wiping off.
Do you usually putt with the harp?
I fluctuate between the harp and an AVR X3.
Okay. I was just dropping in with my XT Nova there. Here's Bert.
I'm throwing a C-Line Glow PD2. And it's got to be one of the most beautiful shots I've ever thrown. I threw it on a little hyzer and it flipped up flat and just flew.
And that's a blind shot. That's a blind shot too.
Like as you can see, there's just a straight hill right in front of you, and you can't see the basket or anything.
I'm throwing my PD here, and I just did not get underneath it at all. I wasn't happy.
So a little perspective from the tee box to the top of that mound you see in front of you is probably 30 feet straight up.
And then right behind that mound is about I don't know how many, but as you can see, there's a parking lot there, and that entire parking lot's OB.
Yep. And guess who just went OB?
Yes, I did, yeah. Definitely a wasted shot or two there, huh? Yep.
Yep. And then I got a little bit of a, 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 little b Yeah, it was really hard for me to judge this distance here. I think I grabbed my harp again, and I was just going to sling it. I've got about 300 feet to go, so that's a little more than my harp can handle. Or I can handle with the harp, I should say.
Is that so harp to handle?
It was harp to handle. Ba-doom-tsh.
Yeah, there you go.
That was a
I
beautiful
threw it
line.
decent, though.
It was a good line.
Like you said, it was just too far.
Yeah,
for
it was
that
about
harp.
100 foot short.
Here I
75.
am, taking my relief from the OB. I'm also grabbing a harp. This is, I believe, VIP Classic.
Did you hit that van?
No, it was on the other side of that van. So, quick story here. That van that you saw in the previous shot there, they were in the way of when Bert Jr. was teeing off, and I asked him to move so that, because there's probably a disc coming through. And sure enough, if they hadn't have moved, he'd have smoked that van.
Throwing my harp again. Trying to get up on top of this little mound that the
That's a good
basket's sitting on.
Nice stuff.
Sitting
Because
right next to
if
it.
you run that and it blows by that, it's going to roll
Oh,
out of
yeah.
bounds because of down that hill.
Then it's bad news.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. About 25.
Yeah.
I'm probably honestly, probably 20 or, again, 25, just like you. And it's not straight uphill, but there's an uphill putt there.
Yeah.
And sun right in the eyes.
Boom. Nailed it, though.
Yeah.
And when I'd release it, I thought I had missed it because it was right on the left side, and I was like, dang it. And then it hit the low side and just kind of circled around the cage. I got lucky.
Yeah, I was.
Styling and profile there.
Yeah.
Here I'm throwing an Echo Star plastic destroyer. It's really unstable, and as you can see, I released that on a hyzer, and it flipped up and just went right and far,
For about 520 feet.
Yeah.
and then almost went in the water, or ice, I should say, but it hit that tree and I got lucky.
Here's an EcoStar Boss that I got with the XXL print.
What you mean, Echo?
No, I don't. And I'm just thinking, I just saw Bert Jr. put one down there, so I was like, all right, I can get this guy to turn over and go for me, but I just did not get a good pull on it.
If you had an EcoStar destroyer, it would have
It's not too bad, though. It's probably about 400 feet or so to that little road.
I'm grabbing my DDX again, and at 508 feet, I'll never get there with my arm nowadays, but I figured, what the heck, I'll give it a pull and see what happens. And this is what happened. I ended up throwing it just a little higher than I wanted to, and it just kind of held up and dropped short.
Not bad, though, because you still got to load from there.
Yeah, not too terribly bad. I'm pulling out the T-Bird again. My disc of choice when I'm inside, I'm right around 150,
Yeah.
200. But I just didn't throw it far enough.
Yeah.
Actually, going into on the ice bag there, it was in my head, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to throw it too hard and just bounce in.
I was doing everything I could to get this to float down into the basket, but again, like you, I didn't want to run past it because
Yeah.
if you bang off it's definitely going to get a good roll because it's all downhill from there.
I'm throwing that pink crystal zone again. I'm about pin high, right behind all this fencing and stuff. And if you can see, I'm not that far from that water behind me, and I got very lucky. And there I had to throw a big spike hyzer forehand and got 25 feet out.
That wasn't a bad shot, though. I'm approaching up here with my harp.
Yes, up.
Yep.
It's a good layup there. There you go, nice one.
I take the 20 to 25 feet. That was about 15 to 20.
Little grin.
Nice bag putt, bro. I always give everybody crap about putting with a bag
at
on,
me.
but here we are,
Look
both,
at me, both of us.
yeah.
Yep.
Here I am throwing my, again, glow CD2. That glow CD2, or PD2, sorry, is very reliable once it gets beaten in a little bit. Again, I threw it on a little hyzer and flattened out and just
You
went.
absolutely crushed that drive.
You did. dropped right at my feet there.
And I also have an EcoStar destroyer, and I saw that line and I was like, oh, I'm gonna lay this guy right in here behind him. And no.
You laid it right behind that tree.
Yeah, sure did. I drilled that tree, squared it up, but just an early release.
Yep. And then I saw what you did, so I grabbed my Pharaoh, and I'm like, okay, this is going to break back to the left a little bit for me, and then come back right nicely. And so I can go to the left of that tree that you had just hit.
Yeah.
It's a smaller gap, but I can do that. Yeah, that didn't work out either. I ended up meeting the tree that was behind the one that you hit.
So we just turned this into pretty much a par 5.
Yeah.
It's a decent par 4 though.
Yeah, it's not bad for sure.
Yep,
It's only a par 4 because of the lines you have to hit.
and this is my DDX here. I'm throwing. I was like, well, I don't really. There was so much trash under my feet. I didn't have a walk-up approach to it, and I hit the limb that's hanging down on the tree that you hit. So right about then, I'm having a bad day.
Here I am. I'm grabbing my my DDX, and it's an S line, and I thought I'd just forehand it up to hopefully get up to where Bert Jr.'s at. So my forehand game isn't very strong. Of course, these days none of my game is. But anyways, I got it close enough to where I'd have a shot. At the basket. I'm probably 300 out.
Well, here I am camped under the tree that you were at. So
You just wanted to come and say hi.
I did. This is my PD as well. I figured I need something that was overstable because I wanted to go around the left tree. You can't see the leftmost tree in the screen right now. There's another one to the. Nope, that was the first one. I wanted to go around it, but I didn't push it hard enough. But it ended up working out really good.
Yeah, it's a really good shot.
Because I have a good look at the basket straight in front of us.
Yeah. And here we still haven't gotten to where Bert drove because of the trash that we were throwing out of. But here I am with my VIP heart, and I got a pretty good line on this thing, and then all of a sudden there's a ghost limb, bam, right there.
If you wouldn't have
Dropped
hit
it
that,
right
it would
there.
have been right there.
I thought it was tracking.
That was a good line.
So.
And
We're waiting on Bert Sr. to get to his film spot.
There you go. Look at that. That's a shameless plug, isn't it?
yep. Too bad you can't see it though. He's right in the shade there.
Yeah.
That's I'm putting with an R Pro AVR. I love that disc. I used to putt with P2s, but they weren't grippy enough in like the cold. So I had switched to R Pros because I just read so many good reviews in the cold, and they're just grippy all around. Like cold, heat, anything. Like you can't not have grip on it, and it's just a great disc. And we had dyed TDG on it.
And you're right there next to the basket.
Yep. Looking at Birdie.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure I'm grabbing my harp here. Just to toss it up. It's about 100 feet out.
Is this for par?
Yeah. And boom.
At least you're there, you know?
Yep. Next to the basket. I can't complain.
Yep. I had to take a knee because there's those limbs hanging down that kicked my disc back. And just give her a little run.
Oh!
Denied.
Right off the gate.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep, I'm sitting there going, boy, I don't feel comfortable with anything more than 5 feet. No,
Yeah.
And that's me putting it for birdie.
Goes on this one.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Had to make sure that we got that
Were
shot in
you
there. I want
ready,
everybody
though?
to know I made a shot.
Yep.
I'm throwing a FD3, a Lazat FD3. It's a great disc. It flies beautifully. Me running off the screen.
Yep.
I am throwing a Sexton Firebird here. I'm just going to throw a little forehand out to it. This hole is really deceiving because there's a mound right in front of the tee pad.
Plays with your depth perception there a little bit.
It does.
How far hard you need to throw your disc.
Yeah. And as you can see, every time I've played this hole, I do the same thing. And I don't know why. It's probably because of that mound, though.
Well, I just saw you two guys throw it not where you wanted to.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, this hole isn't that bad.
You know?
And I said, especially me as a lefty, I can pull it in, I think, pretty good. So I'm sitting here debating on what I'm going to throw, and ended up grabbing the PD again. And I said, well, I want something overstable. I don't want it to leak out because there's a little breeze blowing out there. I didn't want it to leak out to the left. So I gave it a good pull.
Yep.
And I thought I had pulled it too far to the left. and I'm still a little far to the left, but it dropped pin high.
Yeah, no, that was a good shot. You left yourself, I believe, a good look at it.
Yep.
About 30 feet out. Not even, like 25. No.
Now you're farther. Now you're probably closer to 40.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, never gave it a chance. Just early release and hazard out.
Yeah, after that throw, I was feeling it, and I was like, okay, I can sink this, because I was looking straight at it, and it just the hole felt right.
Had a little foliage in the way there. I'd see some limbs.
Yeah,
I remember that because I remember you straddling.
I had the line.
Yep.
It clipped the limb.
You got tree-eyed.
Yep, tree-eyed.
Ooh,
Yeah.
You didn't want it better.
No, I hit that on the weak side and it almost spit out.
Nice. And I'm sitting here pouting and knocking the snow out of my disc. And there you have it. We all wrapped up pars on that old.
Yeah. Bert, what do you got here?
I don't know.
Oh, I see that. I know what that disc is. That's your pro boss. Or star boss, rather. Yeah.
I ended up throwing another one
Yeah.
for, so this is for 3 right here.
Yep.
And this is the one I wanted to hit, but the first time I grip locked. And I thought it was going in from the T-pad, and this time I went long.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on about, what, 30 feet long there? That was a good re-tee. That was better than
really
having
nice.
a throw behind that tree. That was a good decision on your part.
Most definitely.
Thank you, sirs. What are you telling me?
I've got my Sexton Firebird. Looking back, I don't know that it was enough disc. I don't know why I went with this, because as you can see, I was a little short.
Yeah, just really.
And maybe I just didn't get a good pull on it. I'm in a mess bind right now. I've been rounding like crazy. But what do you got, Red?
This one is the PD again. I grabbed the PD and I'm like, I see that tree down here on the left-hand side. I'm going to go to the outside of it.
Yeah.
Is what the plan is.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good line for a lefty for sure.
And I didn't get on it enough and ended up hitting the tree.
Man, that would have been parked.
Yeah, it had a great line on it.
Yeah.
And here's my harp again.
Oh yeah.
Get it.
And boom, right
Yeah,
there.
buddy.
Nice shot.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There we go. I'm gonna show this turd who's boss. Yeah. No, it's just sitting out in the vote. You know, it's like a.
The basket's just sitting there.
It is.
It's
It
wanting
looks-
to get a disc thrown at him.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And you missed.
A little
Yeah, I
outside.
did.
You were running it though.
I was. Yeah.
You
I
were going after
I
it.
was giving it all ahead.
I landed just in the perfect position where I had to be on a knee because there was branches right there. And when I had thrown it, I thought I had it,
Yeah.
and I was just right.
Oh, what is this? What
Hey-o.
is this? Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
what were you
yeah.
thinking on that?
I wasn't.
Just having a
Tell you
field
what,
day.
You were right there. I mean, you were 12 feet away.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew this, but the disc is supposed to go in the basket.
Oh my goodness. I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
I did too.
Oh no.
At this point, you were just
Wow.
done with the whole.
I was. I needed to get out of there.
You're TDG.
Cheap plug again.
Yep.
This is for third.
I think it was double.
Double, yeah, double.
Yeah, 'cause
So
of the
now
routine.
I'm one up.
And I'm throwing par, and there you go.
Yep.
It was. You wouldn't add that.
There you go. Got the box.
Yeah, buddy. Grabbing the DGX. I have no idea what we were sitting there.
I don't either.
Yeah, this one, this hole, it goes dog's legs to the left, and I was like,
It's a hard lefty hole.
yeah, it is. It was tough for me, but I threw an okay throw. I got higher than I wanted to, but
I'm throwing again that EcoStar Destroyer. And when I'd released it, it felt amazing. And as you heard, it clipped that branch.
You know, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that it
Yeah.
clipped that branch there.
I think that if it didn't hit it, it would have gone further.
You'd have had it. You'd have been close to the basket from there.
Yeah.
But
But stupid trees, man.
yeah, here I am with an EcoStar balls. And yeah,
Good fly.
Yep,
And that's that.
I believe
You know-
that's next to the definition in the dictionary.
Yeah. Did you see? Did you see how far it went across the fairway
Oh, yeah,
though?
it went at a good 100 feet.
Like wow.
Yeah, thanks. If you could show where the basket is and how far away I am, that's cool.
I'm there for you.
You had to
I had-
step right
I-
over those bushes.
Yeah, it was a super awkward.
And you just
Lined
didn't put enough on it.
No,
And we're just right there by me at that point.
yeah. It's deceiving on this hole because of where the basket is placed. You can't.
Yeah. When I was queuing up here, I think I'm throwing my eagle here, and I really for a lefty
Yeah.
on a backhand,
Mhm.
I really didn't know if I had a hole there.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the dead tree that's straight in front of me, and then the one to the right. That's the gap I was shooting for,
Yeah.
and I pulled it just a little. I'm landed a little short of that big tree that's right behind the basket. So
Yep. Here I am, patent pending. Let's check it out. No, not good enough. It did all right.
Wait,
I
just-
mean, I gave myself a look there. Yeah, I'm
if-
about 25 away.
yeah, that grass there just grabbed it.
It did.
I had this little gap, and I had to straddle through it, and made it through just barely.
Yeah. Shot of
I
the
like
day.
it. Babe Ruth style.
Yeah, buddy. The only thing I didn't do was point.
Call that shot.
Yep. And
Oh.
I just didn't throw it.
I think that was still the shot of the day.
There was nothing on that disc at all. There you go.
My putting was just on point that day.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
you were knocking it out.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't. You can see how slow I released that. That I just had zero confidence in it. But
That was me on my previous throw there.
I'm throwing an EcoStar Destroyer. It is just a real small fairway. And I threw it on a hyzer and it flipped up a little, but then ended up hyzering out. But that's where I wanted to be. There's two possible paths here. You can throw straight, if you can throw straight, for about 690 feet. Actually, 670.
Yeah, I'm throwing my DDX again and trying to get it to go just as straight as I can because that's not one of my strong points. So, but it wasn't too terribly bad. I leaked out just a little bit and I'm in a pretty decent place. As far as I know, because I've never played this course before.
oh, yeah, I was throwing my EcoStar Destroyer, hoping that I could get it straight down the road. But as you'll see here, I turn it over a bit, and I got it under. I don't know. We probably got it 300 and some odd feet. Not great, but I end up on the right side over there.
Parked right next to me.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, I really didn't know where I was throwing to. I knew a general area. You guys said if you go down the road, you're okay. I said okay. So I grabbed my eagle and I'm like, okay, that'll peek out into the road and run down the road a little bit. So I reared back and it went down the road a bit,
Oh yeah.
but then it ended up leaking back over. So I didn't end up where I wanted to be.
I wanted to get it. I wanted to throw this at about 5 feet off the deck down the road, and just let it skip on a little hyzer down the road there. But when I released it, I was like, "Oh no!" Yep, and it just went straight right across the road and hit the tree instead of hyzering out.
Here, I'm in a tight spot, and I wanted to go out to the left because if you go out there's a big open spot. So I decided to throw a grenade. This is where I landed. I pulled up my FP3, my Simon Lazat, and full-handed, and
Put a good line on it for sure.
That was an
gipped up
amazing shot.
beautifully.
Yep.
Just amazing.
Thank you.
I was just trying to get this Firebird. I was trying to keep it low and let it skip over towards the basket. And I was like, yep. And then I realized when it hit the ground, that wasn't long enough. I missed it by about 15 feet. So
You guys were telling me to go across the road, and the basket's to the right. Okay, so I'm gonna throw it and let it hit the ground and skip around the corner. Well, it hit a bunch of limbs and leaves and everything else, and
Yeah.
hit the brakes. But I have a good look at the basket from here, so I can't complain. Yep, and I threw it too hard.
That was a nice shot, though.
Considering, yep.
Yeah.
I had to determine whether I was going to go over that limb you see or under it. So I thought, well, if I go under it, I'm going to have to get on it, and throw it real hard. So I decided to try to float it over, and that wasn't a good call.
I got my AVR X3 there.
Nice.
Kind of lobbed it in. Basket on the shoulder, camera in the hand.
I got all kinds of stuff going on. TDG.
Cheap plug there.
I think this is one of my favorite holes on the course.
Yeah, I like this one. We're throwing my Glow FG3, just my regular Glow. And I released it just a little early, and it hit some trees and just stopped. And I have no luck.
Yeah, and I didn't. I'm not a big fan of this hole, being a lefty and all.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really sure where I needed to go, so I pulled out the PD2 and threw it. I don't know why I didn't throw my DDX here.
I don't know, why didn't you?
I have no idea. Hindsight.
This shot's very forgiving if you just throw a hyzer out there. If you can, throw a decent hyzer. And
Or forehand for lefties.
I knew, yeah.
Or decent backhand.
As soon as I let this go, I was like, that's going to be pretty decent. I threw my Firebird here, my Sexton Firebird, and it went probably 50 feet long, I reckon.
This one here, I have a little gap. I can see the basket. I'm thinking to myself, I can get there. And that's actually my deputy. Oh no!
Oh.
And I might have grip locked there.
I think that's all disc golfers hate that sound.
Yeah.
That sound of your disc smacking the tree.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's got to be the worst. That was a nice shot.
yeah.
Coming
I
out of
forgot.
there.
Yep.
Yeah, coming out of that crowd, it wasn't too bad. I'm sitting next to that tree right there to the right.
I actually did have a little look, like barely any. There was limbs everywhere. I was about 30 to 40 feet out.
And drain it.
Hit every branch possible. And that disc just fought through. It was good.
That was nice.
Best putt of the day.
Yep.
It was crazy.
I forgot you had made that through all those lamps.
I did when I did it. I was like, it's gonna hit these branches and just fall. I was like, I'm gonna put power on it just in case.
Down at
Just enough.
the middle school.
Well, everyone just saw my miss, so I don't even have to talk about that. Oh!
I totally forgot that happened.
Dead
That's
center.
right.
That was
Down.
dead center chains.
Yep.
Just a little too much power.
It is.
DNF.
That was a good shot.
Wait.
Drive though.
Oh, that was the 9th hole.
Yeah. That
So-
was it. Yeah.
Well, that ends part 1, guys. Stay tuned.
I thanks for suffering through that with us. We at least Ed and I, we didn't play very well. Bert Jr. he did all right though. Yeah, we could all played better, but
Oh yeah.
but it was the weather was great for us. I'd sure like to have that day back.
Bad day at golf is better than a good day at work. Is that what?
Yeah, you got that right. So, anyways,
Thanks for joining. Subscribe. Like this video. And ding that bell.
there you go.
All right.
Have a good
We'll
one.
see you next time, guys.